Hey guys, Rorius here. I almost did that in Emma's voice by accident. Hey guys, Rorius here. Welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. We were just talking to Miles Edgeworth in the last episode, and he happens to be the prosecutor. I don't know if I should be showing him any evidence. Yeah, I was gonna say, he's being forced to be the prosecutor against his own boss, essentially. Yeah. So I thought we might be working a little bit together to try and help their boss, but yes. It's against my policy to discuss evidence with the defense, especially with you. He doesn't like you much, does he, Mr. Wright? Nah, with Edgeworth it's never personal. It's all about winning tomorrow. Do another thing? Say, Edgeworth, I was wondering about this. Mr. Wright! Huh? What? Are you sure we should be showing that to Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, he'll take it for sure, won't he? I wish I could be on the same side as Mr. Edgeworth. But then my sister would be found guilty. If she sighs any deeper, I'm gonna start getting depressed. Okay, let's just examine the office. I've been wondering, what the heck is this? It has a big K on it. Of prosecutors. Huh? What's that? It's the King of Prosecutors trophy. King of Prosecutors? It's a great honor. They send that shield to the best prosecutor each year. What? So? So that K, that's... K stands for King. Yeah, you got a problem with that. I didn't design the thing. King of Prosecutors. Kind of like Employee of the Month, only better. Oh, okay. Given to Edgeworth, King of Prosecutors at the PD on the day of the murder. Why am I getting this as evidence? So that's the King of Prosecutors shield, huh? Well done, Edgeworth. You must be proud to be the King of Prosecutors. Congratulations, King of Prosecutors. Please stop saying that. That still doesn't explain one thing. Why is the tip of the shield broken off? I was also wondering that. Wow, this jacket is even lacier than his usual ones. This must be his lucky trial jacket. Lucky jacket, right? I've never seen him wear it. I'm sure there's a story behind why it's in a frame. Maybe I'll be naughty and take a picture. She's getting way too excited about this. Mr. Edgeworth has such a comfy sofa. Sofas like this make me want to curl up and take a nap. I bet he pores over his case files until the wee hours of the morning. Then he takes off his jacket, rolls up his sleeves, and goes to sleep using his arms as a pillow. I don't believe it, she's actually daydreaming about Edgeworth working. I bet in the morning he has soft hair, sofa hair, and little creases in his cheek from the seams. He's so cool. Sofa hair is cool? Phoenix, you wouldn't know cool hair. With that spiky hair. A work desk. It's quite tidy, as one might expect. What a nice desk! Easy to use and easy on the eyes. It's polished so well I can see my own reflection. What? Strange. Why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe? Maybe I'll take that name plaque as a souvenir. Don't, he'll sue you. Hey, a chessboard. I'm not too up on my chess, but it looks like blue's in a bit of a tight spot. The red knights have surrounded the blue pawn. Huh? Those horses are mounted knights. Their swords have really sharp edges. And check out that poor pawn. His head is kind of spiky. Kinda reminds me of you. Mr. Edgeworth must be an avid chess player. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? Edges? Surrounding a pawn with spiky hair? Nah, it's nothing. I see. It doesn't look like it has spiky hair, but... whatever. Whoa! These are a lot of case files. They're stacked up to the ceiling. There's even a ladder. Odd. I thought Edgeworth wasn't good with heights. He must have someone get them for him. strange. Why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe? He must study these case reports so closely. He's so cool. You wouldn't say that if you saw him sweating bullets up on that ladder. Oh, cute! What a pretty tea set. I go more for the Insta tea bags myself. Oh, did I say that? I go more for the Insta tea bags myself. Amazing! The drawer below is filled with packets of tea leaves. They're all sorted by place of origin and flavor. Look at this royal blend. What an exquisitely splendid concoction. There's such a thing as taking a hobby too far. Whoa! What a view! It must be nice to have an office on the 12th floor. I guess you would feel important. Incidentally, were you to jump out of this window, the time until impact with the ground would be... Got it! Approximately 3.23 seconds. That's handy to know. That's shorter than I thought, honestly. You know what? That checks out. Just imagining it. Yeah, no, that checks out. My, what an amazing bouquet. Just right for Mr. Edgeworth. No kidding. Hey, there's a card on it. Back from the dead, Wendy. Wendy? Wendy Oldbag? I've heard that name before somewhere. And beside it, a giant steel samurai. Wow, I want one. Huh? There's something written on the bottom of this foot. Between a rock and a hard place, Wendy. Wendy? Is she Mr. Edgeworth's fiancée? No. I don't think so. Yeah, Wendy had a thing for, edgy boy. By the way, I haven't watched the anime yet, but I've heard what Wendy sounds like in the anime, and she's so much more gruff. Like, oh, what are you saying, boy? She's way more like, deeper in the throat than I assumed. I assumed more of like a, yes, I'm an old woman. Alright, well, I think we've examined everything in here. There's nothing to present, so let's get out of here. Nothing to talk about with her. Actually, I should check this. Oh, I forgot that we can do this. This must be the victim's blood, right? Either that or Edgeworth cut himself peeling an apple. What's Edgeworth doing with a knife like this anyway? Hey, maybe he spends his weekends roughing it in the wild. Edgeworth? In the wild? I think my fruit peeling theory is more likely. Are you kidding? I always pictured him as an outdoorsman. Now there's a scary thought. Yeah, let's check this. Oh, it'll show who won it each year. Hey, check it out! There's a metal plate here. It looks like the names of all the previous recipients are engraved on it. Wow, one guy's listed a bunch of times. Von Karma. I guess he must be a foreigner. Yeah, that's probably it. Well, wherever he's from, he must be an amazing prosecutor. I'd like to meet this Mr. Von Karma sometime. When she says it, his name does kind of have a ring to it. When she says it, his name kind of has a ring to it. Nothing else? I don't think there's anything else to examine on this, so that's it. Oh, this is gonna make it not blurry, is it? A name and ID number are written here. Sergeant Bruce Goodman. I wonder why they only use numbers for IDs. What else would they use? Letters, silly. They're the reason we have a written language in the first place. True. Sergeant Bruce Goodman. ID Yabdab. Yabadab. Yabadabadoo. See, wouldn't that be better? Yabadab. Well, it does have a certain ring to it. Exactly my point. It doesn't take much to amuse her. I'm just gonna quickly move back to Edgeworth's office just to see if... No, okay. I was gonna check to see if examining that did anything. Okay, let's go back to the detention center. Oh, never mind. Let's examine the guard, though. This guard monitors the visitor's room. He's frozen in fear of the frigid Miss Lana. I'm feeling a bit chilly myself. See this? It's my attorney's badge. Ah, well, I've never seen a real one before. You're the first one who's been interested in mine, believe me. Its composition is mostly silver. The gold plating is flaking a bit. She's analyzed it, scientifically. It doesn't appear to be any corrosion due to sulfides. I'd give you $50 for it. Sorry, but it's not for sale. Yet. Actually, yeah, can I check it? Oh. Neat. So, this is what the back of the badge looks like, and I always thought it had a safety pin. Each badge has a number carved into it. That way you can tell which attorneys it belongs to. You mean you couldn't lend your badge to anyone? No, I'd be found out right away. Well, that's no fun. Interesting. Alright, nothing else to talk about. Okay, who are we missing? What about this? So basically, this says you were the best of the best last year, huh? You can take that foolish grin elsewhere, right? I lost a day of work to receive that travesty. Huh? Why is that? I had to go to the police department to receive that broken shield. The police department? Yes, right next to the police station downtown. You've been there, haven't you? Where Detective Gumshoe works, yeah. I was wondering something about your shield. Why is it broken? What does it matter? I've got more important things to worry about. It makes you wonder whether it's used in something, and it's been given to Edgeworth not because he actually is the king, or not because they care. Because like he said that he thought it was a joke. Them like they're making a cruel joke at his expense that they gave him that trophy. I wonder if they're literally giving him that trophy because there's a piece of evidence from that trophy that's going to be important. The top part of the shield might be involved in the murder case, and so they're going to try and pin it on, like, they're currently almost trying to pin it on. Actually, no, I wonder if Lana is defending Edgeworth. I'm in prediction time again. I think Lana is defending Edgeworth, and that's why she's saying she's guilty. They've got a closer relationship than they admit. I bet Lana either loves Edgeworth or, you know, they have like, she has a mother-son relationship with him or something like that. Not literally, but you know. Someone else wanted this detective dead, but also wanted to pin it on Edgeworth because he's got there's all those rumors going around about him. So they've killed the guy in Edgeworth's car with the knife. They've given him this shield, premeditated, giving him this shield, and some part of the shield is going to show up as evidence, and it's going to be used. That was originally the case. Originally the plan was to frame Edgeworth, but because Lana got caught in the middle, and she sees the evidence pointing to Edgeworth, and just decides to be like, no, I'm guilty, so that Edgeworth doesn't get taken back to trial again. That's my guess. That's my prediction. Oh, right. He doesn't seem too concerned about his award, for better or worse. Yesterday was a very busy day for the prosecutor's office. Maybe we should ask him more about it yesterday. Wait, what? Okay. The day of the crime. Could you tell me more about yesterday? The day of the murder. Yesterday was the annual cleaning day at the prosecutor's office. Cleaning day? Working with the police department, we sort and file all evidence for solved cases. We call it evidence transferal. Writing down stuff is so cute. Look at that face, it's so adorable. Wiping your hands of old cases, in other words. Oh, and another thing. A ceremony was held at the police department. There's an annual review and awards for outstanding police officers and prosecutors. And that's when you got the shield? I was at the police department yesterday afternoon. I got back here at 5:12. That's very precise. People like myself and Mr. Edgeworth pride ourselves on our precision, Mr. Wright. No, I place little faith in my memory. The only thing I trust is solid evidence. Yeah. Yeah, he's just giving us the stub. Recorded parking on the prosecutor's office lot, internet lot at 5:12 p.m. Because I'm feeling like this is... I'm getting those vibes like this case is being built against Edgeworth again. Yeah, okay, 5:12. Yeah, which is 3 minutes before the murder. 3 minutes before Lana says she killed the guy. This is the parking stub from the underground lot. The murder took place around 5:15. So the murder happened right after you got back? What? Right? I'd appreciate it if you'd direct that suspicious glare elsewhere. Oh? Sir! Excuse me! But is Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises? I'm Edgeworth, what is it? Oh, and I'll give him the cop voice. I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir! I've got your report, sir! Report? What? Did you find new evidence in the case against Chief Prosecutor Sky? I don't like the way this conversation is going at all. The way he's animated is so different from everyone else. Sky, sir! No, sir! No name of that kind, sir. Not in this report, sir. I think I just heard Edgeworth's lid blow. Mr. Edgeworth's lid isn't on very tight, is it? I made a clear request to the police department, did I not? I need to focus on the trial tomorrow, so don't bring me anything unrelated. Sir, but... yeah, sir! I'm just following orders, sir! The way he's animated is so much more intense. So much more characterized. And so much more intense. They told me to bring this to you. I wasn't aware of the particulars of... Give me your name. Yes, sir. Meekins, sir. Officer Meekins. Of course because he's meek. He's like one of the lower meek members of the police force. Right, Officer Meekins, take your report and leave. And good luck with that raise next month. Aww. But sir, I didn't know. Poor guy. Looks like he was absent on the day they gave out brains, and good luck. Aww. Is he... Wait, he has a bandaged up hand. Oh. Oh. Wait a second, he has a bandaged up hand. I'm getting fucking, what the hell's that movie called? Scream? I'm getting Scream vibes. If you've ever seen the movie Scream, the mentally handicapped police officer guy is the murderer in that movie. And I'm gonna have to put spoiler tags. I just spoiled it. It's the mentally handicapped officer pretends to be mentally handicapped. So people don't suspect him. People overlook him because they don't think much of him because he's handicapped. That's the whole premise of his character, is that it's like a commentary on people's attitude towards handicapped and disabled people. So he hides himself as a handicapped but he's in the police force somehow. I forget how he is. My memory of that movie is very vague. But yeah, he turns out to be the murderer and he's actually very smart. He just pretends to be. And that just immediately, Officer Meekins just gave me that vibe, like he's an idiot, he's a bumbling idiot. And people don't think highly of him, clearly. But he might be the one who's behind it. He had a bandaged up hand, like Lana had. Right. Yes, sir? God, you caught me off guard. As you can see, I'm busy. You may leave now. Let's do what he says, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective from the same department as that patrolman just now. Go down to the police department. You can ask more there. Thanks. He seems to have finally calmed down at least. Okay, well, let's get out of here. Police department entrance. Here we go. It's the mascot. Ooh. It's the one. That's the one that we saw in the start. Foreshadowing. Phew, we're finally here. Why would they put the police department so far away from the prosecutor's office? Beats me. That took almost 30 minutes by taxi, and traffic wasn't even that bad. The police department, huh? I've only ever been to criminal affairs next door. Hold on, what's that? We have full animated cutscenes? Disturbing. Why does it undulate like that? Oh, wait, I know. This is the Blue Badger. They're trying to make him the police mascot. Wow, Mr. Wright, you sure know a lot about the police. Still, he does seem familiar somehow. Forget the blue badger. Who's that next to him? Someone appears to be dancing with the blue badger. Uh-oh, he noticed me. He sure is running over here fast. Hey, pal! What are you doing here? Wait, that's my line, Detective Gumshoe. Specifically, why were you dancing over there? What? Well, at least he doesn't seem to be busy. This is our chance to get information. Hey, I'll have you know I'm a very busy man, pal. How come people keep being able to read my thoughts? It's weird. Okay, the case. I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You better not agree to defend the suspect on this case. Why not? Huh? Well, it's just the chief prosecutor's confessed to the crime. She says she summoned the detective to the prosecutor's office and she killed him. But what if she's not telling the truth? Yeah, well, no. Come on, pal, there's plenty of evidence against her. But what if the evidence was... Well, I went back to Maya for a second there. I'm so used to doing Maya's voice. But what if the evidence was faked? Hey, pal, can I speak to you for a second? Huh? Me? Why is this little girl so peeved at me? She's a relative of the suspect. She's Lana Sky's sister. Whoa! The chief prosecutor's little sister? Just please investigate this case carefully, okay? Scientifically. Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, you might want to keep your voices down. You don't want to be overheard using the words like faked. Huh? It's a sensitive issue with us these days. The investigation. So, what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe? Me? Oh, well, nothing really. They kicked me out of criminal affairs. What? Detective Gumshoe, what did you do this time? What do you mean, this time? Then what happened? I know things are busy right now, but I mean, with my sister's case and all. It's true. We've never had a chief prosecutor murder anyone before. Only the highest ranked people are being led into criminal affairs now. The lowest ranking guy in there is our chief of detectives. Oh, okay. I thought they'd like fired him and he'd been, or relocated him for being bad at detective cases. I was feeling really bad. I like Gumshoe. I like him. I like when he's the one who I'm dealing with in terms of the police, my interaction with the police. They're not letting any of us rank and file detectives in at all. None of you? I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a little odd? Yeah, it's like the police did it, and they're trying to find a way to frame... Someone high up at the police force is behind this. Maybe even the chief of police. So anyway, I thought I'd spend the day getting the badger dance down pat. Isn't there anything else you could be doing? The chief of police himself is directing this investigation, pal. An officer marshal was assigned to the underground parking lot. Officer Marshall? Now that I think about it, Emma did seem to know that Marshall guy. A patrolman in charge of a crime scene. It's unheard of, pal. Oh, he's a patrolman? That's weird. Oh, wait. This is the murder victim, isn't it? It is. I didn't put two and two together. I don't know why I didn't put two and two together. I shouldn't present it to him. Present this. What the? Wait, what? It showed... Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing? Wait, I mean, sure, of course. Someone else really did it. Someone who must have had a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. Yeah, exactly. The car and the knife do seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence. Yeah. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. What could have happened? We have to find out a little more about what's going on with Edgeworth. Yeah. Hey, that's it! That's the King of Prosecutors Award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday. Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself. Ah, congratulations. I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. Ah, no, don't tell me there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently he's forgotten. Okay, there's still a chance. There's still a chance my theory might be right. But I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award. Even with all the naysayers in the prosecutor's office. Naysayers? Must be because of the rumors. I'm convinced. What's this? Oh. Okay, so those were related pieces of evidence. That's why that came up. Do I present this? I'm just gonna press present. I'm Detective Gumshoe. What can you tell us about this? Huh? Hey, pal! That's the detective's ID card. You can't just keep that. You have to return it to the police. It's people like you that get me into so much trouble all the time. Meaning Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot. Let's see. Bruce Goodman. Goodman? Sounds familiar. Nah, my mistake. But didn't you work together with him in criminal affairs? Whoa, now I remember! Bruce Goodman! He's a victim! I knew it. Oh god, I blew my mic out. Sorry. That's what I thought. Can you tell us more? Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe? Okay, yes, good. Bruce Goodman. So, this ID card belonged to the victim. He was a detective like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman. Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where we found it? Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday. There was an evidence transfer for a case he handled 2 years ago. Case he handled 2 years ago? This sounds... Wait. A case he handled 2 years ago. Edgeworth was saying that the first case he had with Lana was 2 years ago. Evidence transferal of a case from 2 years ago involving Goodman, Lana, and Edgeworth. Who was the lawyer involved in that? I'm very suspicious. I feel like I'm piecing this together in my brain. Evidence transferal. Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Well, that's one thing. It's hard to say this, but word is Chief Prosecutor Sky called him out there to the parking lot. And Lana's confessing as much. Edgeworth's troubles. He's in a tough spot again. Again? Yeah. Well, it all started with the murder of the defense attorney Hammond. Yeah. Difference is, defense attorneys don't have the same sort of like community that the police and prosecutors have. Defense attorneys are like lone gunners, lone gunmen, lone warriors, whereas the prosecutors all work together. And lone rangers, lone soldiers, they have their like law offices, but they don't, between law offices you don't have like corroboration. But Mr. Edgeworth was found innocent. Listen, pal, there have always been rumors about Mr. Edgeworth. Forging evidence, making deals with witnesses. Nothing outright, but there were always whispered rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering. They're practically shouting. But there's no evidence against him. Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always had unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. It's only natural that people would be suspicious. I had no idea he was under the gun. Anyway, this latest case has started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor's position himself. What? But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this for all of us. Let's see what happens if I put in this. Detective, here's my attorney's badge. You show this I literally haven't shown it to him before. You show this to me every time we meet, pal. Real men show their police badge. Enough said. I wish I had a badge. Oh, I wish I had a badge. Even an ID would be nice. Wait, Speaking of ID cards, I found the detective's card, didn't I? Yeah. But, we've already talked about that. I've got nothing else to talk to him about, but I'll examine the area. I was wondering about that. What? The dancing blue badger? It's my masterpiece. Oh? Ugh. You made this, Detective Gumshoe. The chief threw together some designs and I just did my thing, pal. Nice work. It's battery powered, so it can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it just dances until the batteries die. Poor blue badger, fated to dance until he drops. A work of art designed by the chief of detectives and created by Detective Gumshoe. And that's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know. Thank you. Why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe? We met the guy who is. What was his name? The guy in the parking lot? That'd be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the chief of police. Officer Marshall? Is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something? No joke, Marshall's just a regular officer. From West LA. Ah. For a moment there, I wasn't sure. Look. Look, pal. Let me try to make things a little easier for you. Show them this and they'll let you examine the crime scene. Maybe. Oh. That's with the crossed out part. Letter of introduction received from Detective Gumshoe allows Bearer to investigate the crime scene. I'll be surprised if this gets us anywhere. Just act like you're supposed to be there and no one will look at you twice, pal. Yeah. The detectives in there look pretty busy. Just imagine, right now, behind those doors, a police drama's in action. Somehow the thought fails to excite me. Look, that patrolman is saluting the other guy. He must be a detective. And then I said, hey, you do that, your soup will get cold, buddy. That's hilarious, sir. I laughed so hard I cried. I guess he wasn't saluting. He was wiping tears from his eyes. They make a good pair. Oh. I always get excited when I come to a police station. Why's that? It just feels like I've jumped into a movie. Huh? You know, with all the police and criminals. Well, I don't know if this is all that exciting. Sure it is. Look at those two officers over there. They're probably talking about the latest bust. Funny, I thought they were talking about the weather. The banner here is announcing the crime-fighting campaign. Nice slogan. I wonder if they'll be selling fingerprinting sets. I don't think it's that kind of campaign. What family wouldn't want a set at home? It's good for finding out who snuck into the cookie jar. I think most families can figure that out without the extra help. Mr. Wright, do you know why patrol cars are painted black and white? No idea, why? Well, I think they're designed after a panda. Highly doubt that. A panda? Not that I have scientific proof, it's just a theory. Do you mind me asking how you came up with that theory? It was when I was on a school trip. I saw a patrol car and it came to me. We had just been at the zoo, see? What about zebras? Or do they not have those at your zoo? It's highly unlikely that it's based on pandas. The usual wanted posters are hanging up from the bulletin board here. Do you know this face? If you do, dial 911. You know, Mr. Wright, I've always thought it was kind of funny. I've never seen anyone who looked like the people in those posters. They hardly even look human. She has a point. Oh? Okay. Okay, well let's move back to the crime scene. I feel like I was trying to keep things to a certain pace, and I feel like I'm falling behind a little bit in this, this start. Looks like the investigation is still going. I have to be getting back to the shop. Sorry, looks like I'll be stuck in this pit till the sun sleeps. Oh, okay, this is two people. Assume. I'll see you in my dreams tonight then, Wait. I'll see you in my dreams tonight then, baby. Oh. Wait, is Angel... No, wait. Security office. It must be... No, it must be someone else. I was mixing it. I was doing voices for characters that were not the... Yeah. Oh, still here? Hello? Why the surprised looks? Didn't I mention? I got a boyfriend in criminal affairs, too. Oh, I see. Multiple. And the boyfriend in criminal affairs is the patrolman. No doubt, yep. Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a doggy that's lost its herd. Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. The music? The victim. There's something I wanted to ask you. The scene of the crime, a cold grave for men who've lost their dreams. And me, I watch over them as they sleep, dreaming of the desert's harsh judgment. He's asleep. Well, should we show this hopeless case something to catch his interest? Present this? Would you mind reading this for me? I should have examined it first. What's this? I warn you, fan letters go right in the spittoon. It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. May we investigate? Gumshoe? Ah, that old cow dog. He holding a birthday party or something? Huh? Look, where it should say letter of introduction, it says invitation. Ah, I think he just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all defensive here? No worries. This proves it's from Detective Gumshoe, better than a blood test. Guess I better let you in then. Thank you, Officer Marshall. Oh, that's right, he's a patrolman, not a detective. Yeah, which reminds me. Hey, wait a sec. Is the crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher? Well, folks, the clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settler. Strike out for lands unknown. Manifest destiny. Let's have a hootenanny. Not to self, police investigations are like settling land. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? I say I won't be needing this anymore. Oh, I wanted to examine it. Crumpled up and discarded. Okay, well, can we talk about the victim then? Officer Marshall, could you tell us more about the victim? Good men always die young. Remember that, partner. Could you be a little more specific? Because he's Goodman. Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right? Well, well, aren't you a feisty doggy there, now? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. The smiling Madonna told me the tale. I think he means the witness, Miss Angel Starr. One stab to the chest, a fine piece of work. This here's the autopsy report. Oh, yay! Loss of blood, one knife wound. Died within an hour and a half. Wait. I thought the witness said she heard multiple stabs. Death due to loss of blood, one knife wound, died within an hour and a half of 4. Died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. So yeah, like, so that means that, yeah, 5:30 was the absolute latest that he could have died. Which means that between 5:15, but it means that theoretically he could have been killed anytime. He could have been killed before Edgeworth even arrived at the scene. And he could have been moved into its car, you know? Good to know, good to know. Was my sister involved with the victim in any way? Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prosecutor Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all. Nothing in common? They apparently worked together on a case a few years back. So there's no motive. Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why he didn't do much work with the chief prosecutor. But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here, to this parking lot. So it seems. Like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. But I'm almost certain Lana called him over because he was supposed to take the case files from that murder from 2 years ago away. Lana called him over But someone knew that Lana was going to call him over, and so therefore they planned this. She might have called him over on behalf of Edgeworth, because originally it was her and Edgeworth were working on the case, but she would have been he would have been like an understudy of hers at the time. Whatever the case, let's just keep moving. I don't mean any offense, but Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective. You calling me out? They shoot you for that? They shoot you for that in Texas. Huh? I was one of them fancy shoot detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. What is it with 2 years ago? Is this the killer? Why is everything 2 years ago? Oh, really? Now he tells me. But you're a patrolman now. So how could you be in charge of a crime scene? Nothing gets you by, does it, Bambina? So why are you in charge? No reason. We're just shorting hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime. That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least. He's nothing but an old, sad old cow dog that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth, eh? Ah, yeah. Edgeworth. That cow dog's been kicking out of this cattle run. Been kicked out of this cattle run by order of the chief of police. Just he don't realize it yet. Kicked out of the investigation. Oh, I see, yeah. Just show him this. Alright, compadre, count to 3. Huh? Gonna do that if you're gonna draw some evidence on someone. That's what we do in Texas. Remind me to never visit Texas. 5:12 p.m. Prospector's bright red steed came in at a trot. Real slow like. A trot? My Madonna tells me the crime occurred 3 minutes later. So it seems the chief prospector was lying in wait. Maybe waiting for her prince to ride in on his bright red horse. So what you mean is the killer intended to use Edgeworth's car all along. What's this? Ah, a toy. Suits the boy well. What exactly could you shield with that? A toy knight, maybe? Officer Marshall, don't you have anything good to say about Mr. Edgeworth? You don't like him, right? We get the point. You know, when I was a detective, I got one of these. Let me guess. Did it have a K for King of Detectives on it? Hey, they could use the same shield over and over. Note to self, the prosecutor's office and criminal affairs are surprisingly cheap. You know it. They've gotten cheaper with every passing year, I tell you. Okay, what about this? Oh, okay, yep. I drew something that's not important. What's that? Some sort of police passport? This is Detective Goodman's ID card, strangely enough. We found it at a good distance away from the crime scene. Good distance? In this rat hole? If you want distance, get yourself to Texas. Texas? This is a tiny little crime scene. In a tiny little town with tiny little evidence. What difference does a few yards make, compadre? Note to self, you encounter suspicious evidence, think of Texas. There's no better way to study than to hang out with the pros. Okay, let's slide. Let's go over here and examine. Because we can actually examine here now. This looks like a cell phone. Scientific analysis would suggest it belongs to the victim. I can't think of anyone else who it would belong to. What's so scientific about that? Should we check it out? Yeah, sure. Right, let's check it out. Yep, okay. Oh my god, it's still gonna tutorialize it. Oh my god. I don't think we're gonna make it to the trial, the first day of trial. It's an old-fashioned flip phone. This phone's still on. It's still on the redial screen. Redial? Mr. Wright, most phones keep a record of all calls you've made and received. You just press the blue button to display the last number you dialed. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about it. Sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like redial. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just you never know with people from your generation. Whatever, let's check this part out. He's only 24, turning 25 this year. Okay. Now to see who the owner of this phone last called. Note to self, a defense attorney doesn't think first, he just pushes the button. Hey, that song, I know that. Is that the Steel Samurai song? Hey, what's going on over here? Oh, sorry. I see you, partner. You pressed redial on their phone, didn't you? Well, yeah. Whose phone is this anyway? It was on the ground over here. Whose is it? That belongs to Chief Prosecutor Sky. What? It's my sister's. She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody right after the crime. Look, the last call was made right when the murder occurred. Looked like she was fixing to call someone. Except she only spoke for a few seconds, according to this. Who did she call? No idea. Sorry, partner. Now I got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring just now. One of those newfangled ringtones. Oh, that? Oh, I'm sorry. That was my phone. Wait, was she trying to ring me? What? Your phone? Yeah, it's kind of strange, but that's what the sound was. Do I have the Steel Samurai's theme on my phone? Someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. A wrong number. I hope you're not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner. No, I think I am lying. I'm inside of the Wrath of Lone Star Patrolman. Cell phone entered the court record. Property of Lana Sky. Last call made at 5:18 on the day of the murder. Wait. Let's court records. I want to check it again. There's no need to push this again. What's wrong? You look like I do during finals. Never mind, it's nothing. I'm convinced that she was trying to call me. She was trying to call Mia, but she was, you know, I now own the office, so. Alright. Well. What's this? Oh, that's the tape outline. This rope, is it? Yeah. They laid it in the outline of the victim's body. So wait, the victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him. You've got to be the only person I know who would come to that conclusion. What's this? Looks like a note of some sort. 675 12 2. Look, something's written on it. Goodman. You're right, let's see. 67S 12-2. There's a name printed on the paper above that. Goodman. Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed. Well, so? What does it mean, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Note to self, for deductive reasoning, go to Edgeworth, not Wright. I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what this means either. Victim's memo found in the car trunk. This appears to be the car where the body was found. It looks like the lock on the trunk is busted. The crime took place in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. Quite a luxury car. It just screams I have money to burn. Yeah, prosecutors get the big bucks. And I'm like barely paying rent. B block is through there. That's where the visitors park? I can see the Lunchland car over there, far in the distance. Hey, you're right. I like the cute design on the door. I can see a cartoon cow munching down on a juicy looking steak. That's creepy. Yeah, doesn't that strike you as a little creepy? Just don't think too deeply about it and you'll be fine. I'm just like, it's kind of like... Oh, is this one of those car storage unit thingies? Oh, interesting. They have these in Japan. You park your car on it, and then it like... See how there's cars like here and here? They like... You park your car on this bit down here, and then it like... This car over here will like move up, and your car gets slotted into its place. And that you like... You'll press a button, like that has your number plate on it, and there's like a giant like elevator rotation device thing going like this. And basically it'll find your car in the thing and then like slide it out, and then you could like get into it and move along. It's good for like compact storage of vehicles. Really good, like a really good option for storage of like large amounts of vehicles in a very, very small space. A block. This area is reserved for prosecutors. Defense attorneys are relegated to B block. I dream of the day when I will be able to park my car here. I'll go over to B block to buy my hamburgers from you, Mr. Wright. I'm not planning on giving up my job that soon. Wow. How rude. Okay, I think that's it for this area. Lana Sky. So there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister? That's correct, but there's still a goldmine of evidence against her. And the prospector tomorrow was none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambina. Many condolences. Officer Marshall? Yeah, Bambina? How can you say that? You and my sister, you were... Is there something between this cop and the sister? I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's a-blowing through the prospector's office. Dry wind or ill will. Someone's up to something here, but who? Office atmosphere. Suspicions about Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence and arranging testimonies, you mean? He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you. But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them. If you followed the rumors about Edgeworth to their source, you find one person. But they're off limits. Untouchable, you might say. One person? Who? Hate to say this, but it's your sister, Bambina. Chief Prospector, Lana Sky. What? My sister? Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattles by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets, some people load them with deals. What? You're saying Edgeworth was making deals to win his trials? Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old-timers say. There's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere. Everyone knows it. Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? Did they target him because he was closest to Edgeworth? So well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright? I guess we've got some clues. We have an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and a cell phone. So you'll think we'll be okay? Well, the only thing still bothering me is that Lana is confessing to the crime. She says she did it. No problem. I can guarantee that she's not a criminal. Oh, by the way, Emma. Yes? I know that song your phone plays when it rings. What? It's the Steel Samurai theme. It's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? That popular TV show for kids. The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours. Oh. At 5:18. I was like, weird that we had the Steel Samurai on our phone. At 5:18, just after the murder took place, your sister called you, didn't she, Emma? I'm sorry. Can you tell me what you talked about? She hung up right away. I see. Cell phone updated in the court record. I'm hoping this is the moment where we're gonna get a to be continued, so the episode will end here. A detective is murdered, and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district. I've got a bad feeling about this. Like, maybe I still don't know everything that went on here. Yeah. To be continued. I've been recording for an hour, so I'm like, I gotta finish this. In the next episode, we'll pick up from here. I'm convinced that there's a conspiracy. I don't know who is behind the conspiracy necessarily. The hand of that like random police guy makes me suspicious, but ultimately I'm pretty certain Lana's innocent. I mean, yeah, of course, Lana's innocent, but she's covering for Edgeworth, and originally Edgeworth was the target for this setup. Someone wanted to get rid of Edgeworth and this detective at the same time. Or maybe the detective was just a murder of, once again, a murder of opportunity. So I said the knife was a murder opportunity. I don't think it was anymore. I'm pretty certain that the person, the person who killed Goodman knew Edgeworth had a knife in his car. They used the knife in Edgeworth's car, and they used the car itself as a murder scene to try and frame Edgeworth, but Lana got in the way, and Lana's now on the chopping block. That's how I feel. Angel is the one who is the witness, which actually, the fact that the officer in charge of the crime scene is a boyfriend of hers says a lot. Either she doesn't know anything and she's just saying what she's saying something, or she was the one who did see Lana there. She's the one who was like, I feel it's suspicious that the officer, not the detective, the officer and the witness are romantically involved. I think that's very suspicious. If you like what you saw, hit like. If you want to see more from me, then subscribe. I'm trying to be predict ahead, but yeah. I don't have all the evidence. Thank you so much for watching. Check the links in the description for my social media pages. I post every now and then on different social medias, and there's also merchandise if anyone wants to buy any. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney.